Welcome to MojoPlays. I'm Ricky and we're here at E3 2019. If this year's show has proven anything, is that players are still hungry for great single-player experiences. So today, we're bringing you our picks for the best single-player games at this year's show.
While everyone's been hyping up the likes of Cyberpunk and Doom Eternal, we decided to look at the brand new single-player games that were revealed at, or just a few days before, E3 2019. Games in this list are allowed to have a multiplayer component as long as its main focus is the single-player mode.
And allow me to introduce you to the deadliest of the lot. She's not old, she's experienced.
Blair Witch.
Oh shit!
For those of us craving another first-person survival horror in the wake of Resident Evil 7, look no further than Blair Witch, being released on August 30th of this year for Xbox One and PC. While little is known about the title, we do know that it's developed by the same team behind 2016's Layers of Fear, and set in the same universe as the iconic 1999 film of the same name. The game's story follows an ex-cop's search for a missing child in the creepy Dark Hills forest, while touching on aspects of the occult, black magic, and mythology found in the movie series. Hope you're ready to play this game alone in the dark, if you have the guts, of course.
Who are...
Gods and Monsters.
When heroes need help, they turn to the gods.
The team behind Assassin's Creed Odyssey is returning to the open-world action genre for their next game, but this time they're taking a more fantastical approach to both environment and narrative in a format similar to Breath of the Wild. We play as the Greek hero Phoenix, as he's tasked with saving Olympus from one of the most deadly monsters in all of Greek mythology, Typhon. Along the way, we'll solve puzzles and overcome difficult dungeons en route to restoring balance to the land. Will Gods and Monsters provide as much single-player content as Origins and Odyssey? We'll have to wait until February to find out. 12 minutes.
You wanted to surprise me.
I'm sorry.
You're pregnant.
You know?
I know because you already gave it to me.
This was surely one of the most innovative titles shown at this year's E3. 12 Minutes is a time loop thriller where a husband and wife are about to enjoy a romantic evening alone when a cop bursts into their apartment, accuses the wife of murder, and kills the husband. You know, your usual romantic evening. As the husband, you'll reawaken 12 minutes earlier and will have to learn new details from your wife to break the loop and avoid certain death. It's an interactive story title that allows players to effectively experience a crime fiction version of Groundhog Day. It launches in early 2020 on PC and Xbox One. No More Heroes 3.
As you can see, things got all funky real quick.
Set 2 years after Travis Strikes Again, the next proper installment in the No More Heroes series goes for broke. This time, Travis' touchdown is pitted not against fellow assassins, but against an entire alien invasion. We didn't learn much from the trailer aside from the fact that it's coming to the Switch in 2020, but it's clear that the series' over-the-top violent tone is sure to continue here. Suda51 has also confirmed that the game will feature motion controls like the Wii originals, as well as a return to open-world environments. Just make sure you give yourself enough standing space so that you don't deliver a katana strike on your mom's favorite base.
My name is Travis Touchdown. I'm the last hero around, here to save the world.
Trials of Mana.
In a world on the brink of war, the power of mana suddenly starts to weaken.
One thing's for certain after watching this trailer, this game already looks a lot better than last year's disappointing Secret of Mana remake. This time around, Square Enix has rebuilt this one-time Japanese exclusive from the ground up into a modern-day JRPG for the Switch, PS4, and PC, now featuring a hack-and-slash-like combat system and a full 3D world. This is a perfect opportunity for Western gamers to experience what is essentially a new JRPG from the Squaresoft golden years, unless they prefer to play the original collection of Mana compilation. It looks to launch early next year, and I personally want to see how they do the Dangard boss fight. Baldurs Gate 3. Okay, so it was announced during the Stadia Connect just before E3, but close enough. Come on! The team behind the Divinity series is bringing one of the greatest RPG series of all time back to life. Baldur's Gate 2 in particular was one of the best role-playing games ever made in 2000, and symbolically, Larian Studios' Divinity Original Sin 2 also won many Best JRPG awards upon release in 2017. Baldur's Gate 3 vows to play very much like the original series, while adding modern elements that made Divinity so popular. There's no release date yet, so it's likely development still has a long way to go. It will be released on both PC and Google Stadia, but get it on PC. Elden Ring. While From Software wasn't afraid to upend the Soulsborne formula for Sekiro's Shadows Die Twice, their next game is heading back to the Dark Souls-inspired RPG roots with Elden Ring. This time around, they have famed Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin collaborating with Hidetaka Miyazaki to create the game's lore, which no doubt means we're in for a complex and bleak setting. Miyazaki has stated that this will be From Software's biggest open world experience yet. While there's no release date, we do know that it's coming to PS4, Xbox One and PC. Luckily, the game has been in development for a while now, so hopefully the wait won't be too long.
The Elden Ring. Oh, Elden Ring.
Ghostwire Tokyo. The studio behind the Evil Within series is back, but instead of a traditional survival horror game like the previous titles, we'll instead be in for an action-adventure set in the open streets of Tokyo, focusing on the supernatural and the occult, rather than big grisly monsters.
It's spooky.
As people literally vanish from the streets, we'll be tasked with interacting with the city spirits to uncover the sinister forces behind the disappearances. Little else is known about Tango Gameworks' new title, and there's no release date yet. It's likely that this will be a next-gen game, so we're gonna have to be patient for this one.
Don't fear the unknown. Attack it.
Watch Dogs Legion.
Brilliant. Never would have thought of that.
While this game was leaked just before E3, the game's reveal at Ubisoft's conference still garnered a lot of attention. It has gamers buzzing with excitement, mainly because it's set in a post-Brexit surveillance state London, and doesn't focus on one main protagonist. Instead, we'll be controlling multiple people around the city.
I used to feed the birds here. Now they're all bloody machines.
Get used to it. In the long march of progress, everything dies eventually.
Eventually, even you, Bagley, I'm sure.
The cutscenes, narrative beats, and dialogue will change depending on which deckset member we'll be controlling. It all sounds wildly ambitious, with Ubisoft promising over 5 main storylines and 60 plus missions. Let's hope it lives up to the hype this time. It'll drop on March 6th of next year on PC, Xbox One, PS4, and Google Stadia.
It doesn't have to be that way. Together, we can change things.
The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2. It looks like we're heading back to the same Hyrule from Breath of the Wild in what appears to be a direct continuation of that game. Not only that, but Hidemaru Fujibayashi is returning as director, and his team has been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2 in preparation. So, expect this game to push the open world formula even greater than the first title. While there's no release date yet, we hope that Nintendo spends as much time as they need to make it every bit as perfect as the first Breath of the Wild was. Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos straight away.